Couldn't be clearer. They're off. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the sport of roller derby, please pay attention to the skaters with the stars on their helmets. They are the jammers. They score points by lapping their opponents. And the jammer cap for the Breakneck Betties in red is Much Mayhem. She's got out first. No points on the first pass, but as soon as you get around again, you are in a scoring position, and you get 1 point for every opponent you pass. Number 77, Much Mayhem, is now collecting points for every skater in green that she passes. Feliz Brutality, the jammer for high rollers, has to get through her first pass in order to score points. Much Mayhem has collected 5 points, 1 for every skater that she passed, and she'll do that again on this pass.
So what were you talking about?
Roller derby. That's another 5 points for Much Mayhem. Again, watch as she passes her opponent. She scores points every time she gets past one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5.
Hey, Randy, what about that other jammer on the track?
That is Feliz Brutality. That is her first pass through. She needs 1 more to start scoring points. But that is the end of the jam.
And that's the way it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give love to Scylla Devour. She puts her neck on the line for your entertainment. And a personal note, one of my favorites out there.
Under normal conditions, there'd only be 30 seconds between jams where everybody would reset and the game would be back on. Randy, who else have we got on the track we should talk about? Let's talk about the difference between regular old jammer and lead jammer.
Lead jammer is the first one through the pack legally. They have the ability to stop the jam at any time with the hands on their hips motion. Both jammers are able to score points, but only the lead jammer can stop the jam.
Very clear.
I hope so. That's why I do what I do. And out there jamming right now, it looks like Harikari for the high rollers.
First things jammers will be doing is coming up on the pack and fighting to get through each one of them.
Now remember, there's no points on this first pass, but the first one who gets through legally is lead jammer, and that's a huge advantage, Magic Pony.
Right now, Liquor and Split breaks out up front. She takes lead jammer.
So no points yet, but she will start scoring points as she passes opponents, and she and only she can stop the jam.
Harikari is also broken out on her scoring pass.
Both jammers are in a scoring position right now. You see Liquor and Split passed a few, and then she stopped the jam with the hands on her hips motion, giving her team 1 point and the opponent 0.
Coming up next, the pack.
Yeah, it's everyone else on the team. Both teams put out at most 4 skaters who have to stay together in a clump, forming the pack.
Right now, Breakneck Betty's down 1 to the penalty box. That's Scrappy Go Lucky. She'll be over there for 30 seconds, and then she'll rejoin the game.
The pack's job, the blocker's job, is to help their own jammer get through and prevent the other ones from getting through. Pretty straightforward.
Thus, the action in the game as Avalanche breaks out and takes lead jammer for the high rollers.
She's the lead jammer. She is the only jammer who can call off the jam, and she's now in a scoring position by passing her opponents.
Sweet Sweet Jane dropped to the inside as she was going down, dragged to the back of the track, and now is working her way through the pack.
Sweet Jane makes her initial pass. No points for her yet as the jam is ended because Avalanche has called off the jam. Let's see how many points she has. And we have an official timeout. We have an official review, and we are deliberating on the points. Each team gets at least one review per period. If they get the first review in their favor, they have the opportunity for a second one. It looks like, I believe this is Breakneck Betties' first review.
High rollers are debating a cut that was made. They're saying was made on the corner. And officials are talking it over right now.
So the Betties are calling a review on whether or not the High Rollers jammer has cut the track?
I would say you're correct.
Okay. Just making sure.
It's a much fancier way of putting it.
I get fancy, Pony. Looks like a decision has been made. Edifice Ref is going to check in, let the coaches know what's going on, and then we will get word to you.
No call. It did not happen.
No call stands. That will be the one review for the Breakneck Betties this period, but they'll have an opportunity for an official review on the second period. Which brings us to a nice segue to talk about penalties.
I love penalties. I mean, I hate penalties.
You do not love
I love
penalties.
talking about them.
Yeah, well, we can do that.
There are two different kinds of penalties in roller derby. Penalties against the track and the penalties of the forbidden touch.
Hitting penalties are basically, the only two legal hits are with your shoulders and your hips. Almost anything else will land you in the penalty box for 30 seconds.
You may not touch a skater from behind or with your fist.
That's Felice Brutality out front. She is your lead jammer for the High Rollers. Much mayhem, though, right behind her.
Penalties against the track are cutting the track that's moving and passing players outside the pink lines that are on the track.
All right, looks like a quick call off there, and the Betties did secure 1 point. High Rollers did get 2 on that last jam, and we're looking to see how many they got on this jam. 1 point out of that, so 1-1 split on that, Pony.
Super awesome.
We'll fill you in on the other penalties as they happen. Do our best to describe them to you.
As they come along, let's talk about some roller derby.
Let's talk about it.
Both teams with all their skaters on the track.
Oh, we got Liquor and Split around the outside. She's lead jammer, no points but she'll collect points for passing every opponent.
And Harikari in the pack as jammer for your High Rollers up against Chestnuts and Scrappy Go Lucky up front.
Liquor and Split already on her scoring pass, gets hit to the outside but shrugs it off. Nice juke to the inside for a 4-point scoring pass, 5-point scoring pass.
Scrappy Go Lucky making a mess out of Harikari all the way through the pack, and she has now broken out and is on her scoring pass.
Liquor and Split attacks the outside, steps through, calls off the jam for 3 more points for the Betties. That was fast.
Really fast, and Scrappy Go Lucky just going crazy all the way through that pack. She had Harikari's number all the way through there.
Hey, Scrappy, he said it, not me. He said it, not me.
Crazy in a really great and positive way. Don't hit me.
That's Avalanche on the line for the High Rollers.
Lemon Stinger up for the Breakneck Betties.
Avalanche hit to the inside there. She has to be cycled all the way back. If she enters in front of an opponent from out of bounds, she'll get a cut track.
Lemon Stinger on the run up front. Skeeve Holt trying to catch her, but couldn't. Lead jammer, Breakneck Betties.
Light of day on the inside for Avalanche. She's made her initial pass, and the Betties are stacking up front.
Lemon Stinger engages the pack, trying to break around the outside, and calls it off.
Checking in with the outside to see how many points they picked up. 0-0 on that pass.
Old school start. The pack can be placed at the beginning of the jam anywhere in the box in front of you. Right now, everybody crammed up at the very front end on the pivot line.
Sweet. Sweet Jane and Felice Brutality on the line. Sweet Jane's wearing DeVilly Jukes jersey, but make no mistake, that's number 40, Sweet Jane.
It's a brawl going on in there. Felice Brutality weaving her way around the outside, finds Push Latush.
Scrappy Lucky takes a little fall there, but she's takes herself into the penalty box.
Braun Swanson pushes out Sweet Jane and forces the cut. She's on her way to the penalty box for 30 seconds.
It's a power jam. When one of the jammers is out, they cannot score points for their team. So right now, only the high rollers will be scoring points. Only Felice Brutality will be doing that. She picked up 5 for her team.
Indigo Hurls couldn't slow her down. 5 more for the high rollers.
Felice Brutality just took out Indigo Hurls in the sag and center. This time we get a little help from her friends.
Braun Swanson on the attack makes a mess out of that line, and through goes.
Along with Fashionista, who's doing trap offense on Scrappy Go Lucky.
Sweet Jane back on the track, engaging the green wall of doom in the back. Fashionista holding the outside.
Inside line there for 5 points for Felice Brutality. They're bringing the high rollers way back in this game, Pony.
Indigo Hurls in there, holding the inside line with Scrappy Go Lucky and Push Latush. Scrappy dragging the line, forcing the cut on Felice Brutality.
Sweet Jane, only jammer now. It's the power jam for the Breakneck Betties. She's trying to fight that slow, tough front wall there. She finds a little opening. Initial pass for her, so no points yet for the Betties, but now she'll score points by passing opponents.
Last few seconds of this jam. Sweet Jane hits the line. Is stopped.
No more points there for the high rollers. 2 more points picked up by Breakneck Betties, 29-23. Much mayhem jamming in the power jam for the Breakneck Betties there, Pony.
Minstrel Psycho trying to catch her on the outside, swing and a miss. Much mayhem, lead jammer.
All right, and it looks like we're initiating defense up at the front, offense in the back.
Ripley slaughters the line, breaks things up, and Much mayhem trying to find her way through. Iron Meg drops her to the out and drags her as far back as she can.
Felice Brutality is back in the pack and engaged.
Much mayhem breaks through, takes all 5.
And looks like a nice faster pack opens up for Felice Brutality, who makes her initial pass.
Minstrel Psycho on her way to the penalty box, and the jam is off.
2-0 on that last pass there. Pushes the Breakneck Betties lead back up 36-23.
Hardest hit of the night brought to you by Bridgetown Chiropractic. Bridgetown Chiropractic.
4-2 advantage for the Betties going into this jam, Pony.
And that's Harikari on the line, that Ron Tonkin Fiat line.
Liquor and Split jamming for the Breakneck Betties.
Harikari trying to find her way through the pack right now, but
wide open inside line for Liquor and Split gives her lead jammer. She can call up the jam at any time.
Breakneck Betties holding on to Harikari. Scylla Devour lets her go.
Good to see Scylla Devour back. Easy offense there from Scylla Devour. Opens up the middle of that hole for a quick 4 points pass for Liquor and Split.
OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical care team for the Rose City Rollers. On the line for your high rollers, that's K2 Avalanche.
And number 36, Lemon Stinger jamming for the Breakneck Betties.
Pack jockeying for position, and jammers are off. Lemon Stinger right by Ripley finds Nesbitt Smith on the outside line.
Well, jammers dropped in the back, but not a lot of defenders out there for Lemon Stinger. Very quickly jam.
Avalanche still hung up behind Ripley and Chestnuts.
Woo, big hit from Ripley, taking down Avalanche there.
Lemon Stinger working her way through on her scoring pass.
Avalanche muscles past, rearranged for her initial pass. No points yet for the High Rollers.
All four for Lemon Stinger. RCR is a proud Sports Buddies partner encouraging young people to get active. That's Big Brothers Big Sisters Sports Buddies program.
Still a 4-2 pack advantage for the Betties. High Rollers not really able to afford penalty problems at this point in the game.
And it's Harikari on the line for your High Rollers.
Much mayhem jamming for Betties. Very quick, very easy lead jammer around the outside.
Harikari with 2 more to get by. Scylla Devour hanging out right there, holding the line at the front end.
Betties holding a nice, fast but tight wall up front.
Scylla drops Harikari out, and Fonda Brawl bridges back the drag.
Much mayhem going all the way back, being extra careful not to draw that cutting the track penalty. Hops through Braun Swanson for 5 points.
And that's Much Mayhem with the quick juke through the pack, taking all 5.
Scylla Devour and the 1-2 punch of her and NLO.
Iron Meg and Braun Swanson running the drag back, and that jam is called off.
2 more points for the Breakneck Betties on that jam.
We'd like to thank Bike Punk, locally printed eco-friendly stickers, signs, and designs. Visit bikepunk.com. Everybody on the track, Randy.
Police brutality jamming for High Rollers.
And that's Liquor and Split for the Breakneck Betties.
Oh, around the outside, almost up to Chestnuts. Chestnuts has to let her go. Lead jammer, Police brutality.
High Rollers doing a terrific job holding their wall together and slowing down Liquor and Split's assault.
And we had the Betties racing up front to protect their points there, Pony.
And here comes Much Mayhem around the outside, calling it off.
1 point for Police brutality. Incredible pickup speed here to catch that point.
You know what we love? New Belgian Brewing Company, Fat Tire Ale, and IP Ranger. Grab one from our concession stand anytime. On the line for your Breakneck Betties, Lemon Stinger.
That's Avalanche for the High Rollers. High Rollers doing a better job of keeping their blockers out there. They're 4-4 again, Pony.
Scrappy-go-lucky running the wall there. Breakneck Betties holding it together and slowing down Avalanche's assault. Hit after hit being shrugged off. Push Latouche trying to slow her down.
Lemon Stinger trying to push through the middle. There's 1 more to beat. Gets dropped outside.
Avalanche lead jammer.
Lemon Stinger trying to get around number Steak, Braun Swanson, who drops her behind a wall of 3.
Lemon Stinger still trying to push her way through up front. Nani Richardson pushing her out.
Meanwhile, nice hop in the back from Avalanche. Gets her through the entire pack for 4 points for the High Rollers.
Lots of quick dash and grab your points in this game so far, Randy.
Yeah, no kidding. Very, very, very quick jams.
Portland Mercury, the food, arts, and entertainment news you need. You'll find them all in the Portland Mercury. On the line once again, that's Harikari for your High Rollers.
Number 77, Much Mayhem for Breakneck Betties, up against the 3-wall in the back there, Pony.
And up front, Harikari dropped to the inside and dragged back as far as they could manage.
And Much Mayhem is 2 left. There to get past Iron Meg and Alicia Nisbet Smith. And she muscles through for lead jammer.
Both jammers break out, and it's a race to the back of the pack.
Foot race there. You see the Betties wrestling to stay up front, but High Rollers are trying to take that position away from them, Pony.
Right now, Ripley trying to drag down Nesbitt Smith in the backfield.
And
Much Mayhem calling it off.
Much Mayhem does get around 1 for 1 point.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear some noise from your High Rollers fans.
And we have that is Liquor and Split in the back there wall.
Police brutality.
Yeah. You know the skater with the long blondish brown hair?
That's all right. She's going to tase you, bro.
The really, really strong, good jammer. Lead jammer there.
Scrappy-go-lucky called on a high block. And she'll be on her way to the penalty box.
Cannot hit an opponent in the head. 1-0 on that one, very quick for the Breakneck Betties, and the timeout is going to be called by the High Rollers.
Time for a Louis Armstrong music minute.
Turn it out. To the left. Take it back right now. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Freeze! Everybody clap your hands. Come on, now. Check it out, y'all. How low can you go? Can you go down low? All the way to the floor? How low can you go? Can you bring it to the top?
And we're right back at it.
DJ Quiet Mind there, bringing you a Louis Armstrong Memorial Music Minute.
And
there she is. She's lead jammer.
Around the outside is Avalanche taking lead jammer for the for the High Rollers. She's on her scoring pass. Much Mayhem calling it off from the side.
Nice defense there from High Rollers, forcing the call off. Shoutouts to Louis Armstrong, who is alive and well in Louisiana.
On the line, Liquor and Split for your Breakneck Betties.
And that's Harikari fighting for the inside against Chestnuts and Scylla Devour there.
Betty's doing a terrific job with low numbers, slowing down Harikari.
Only two blockers out there, but they're really the only two you need.
Scylla and Chestnuts doing a number on Harikari and keeping her from making any progress. Liquor and Split still trying to fight that green wall.
Scrappy-go-lucky back to reinforce the wall there. No initial pass yet, so we have no lead jammer. It's up in the air for everybody right now.
We're still fighting for the lead, and it is Liquor and Split breaking out and taking lead jammer.
I got to throw down Liquor and Split. Brilliant defensing jammer from her as she escorted Harikari into Chestnuts right before taking lead jammer there. That was an incredible heads-up play from Liquor and Split.
Rhea Derange making a mess out of the entire High Rollers line right in front of us in the straightaway. Liquor and Split dropped out, dragged back.
It's now Scylla Devour and Scrappy-go-lucky holding on to Harikari in the front there.
Almost impossible to make any progress with the two of them trying to put you down.
Back block picked up by Scrappy-go-lucky, who cannot engage an opponent in the back, knock him down or gain an advantage.
Scylla Devour, bang bang, puts down Harikari, and the line sets up right there in the turn.
Harikari going to defensive jamming mode as they set up a 5-wall against Liquor and Split.
Liquor and Split on her assault, and And we've got a helmet cover pass to Shaolin Spocker.
Shaolin Spocker was the pivot, the skater with the Strider helmet. Took the star pass from Marikari, forcing the call out there with 4 more points for Liquor and Split. Big jam for the Breakneck Betties.
A very fancy run to the line by Lemon Stinger. And it's much mayhem up for your Breakneck Betties.
Avalanche for the High Rollers. Avalanche fighting the 3-wall in the back there.
Much mayhem up front with the wall of green. Nesbitt Smith and Iron Meg trying to slow her down. Lead jammer, Breakneck Betties.
Wedge offense in the front from High Rollers to open up in the middle. But Ripley catches Avalanche. Avalanche dances through the inside for her initial pass.
Fancy feet on her as Much Mayhem breaks through, grabs her points, and calls it off.
Much Mayhem took advantage of the scattered offense there for quick pickup speed to get that scoring pass.
Breakneck Betties on the pivot line. Old school derby way up at the front.
That is number 40, Sweet Jane, jamming for the Breakneck Betties. The Ron Tonka Fiat line.
And number 48, Feliz Brutality.
All right, 2 walls set up in the front there, and both jammers engage.
Feliz Brutality up front, working over the Betties. Rearrange running the line. Scylla Devourer stuck right in front of her.
Sweet Jane escorted all the way to the back. Now caught in the wall. Looks like Feliz Brutality pushes out, gets lead jammer for the High Rollers. Sweet Jane trying to get past the front wall for her initial pass.
Feliz Brutality dropped out by Scylla Devourer and dragged to the back of the pack.
Sweet Jane now trying to push out 20 feet. Blockers cannot block 20 feet in front or behind the pack, or they get an out-of-play penalty. And thank you for demonstrating exactly what I just said there, so as to we're very clear with the audience.
And it's Feliz Brutality being worked over by the Breakneck Betties right now with 2 more to get by. She calls it off.
Right before Sweet Jane can score any points. 4 more points for High Rollers.
A Kind bar is a snack like there's no tomorrow. Kind snacks.
Minstrel Psycho up at the Ron Tonka Fiat line for the High Rollers. And Liquor and Split jamming for the Breakneck Betties.
Liquor and Split throws herself at it. Everybody's bunched up on the inside.
Looks like Minstrel Psycho gets dropped to the outside, courtesy of number 426 Ripley, and drawn to the back, as well as
Braun Swanson working over the line right there. Oh, Ripley on her way to the penalty box.
I believe that was an out-of-play call. Hitting in a no-pack is my guess.
And it's Minstrel Psycho breaking out and taking lead jammer.
And on her initial pass, Liquor and Split goes. Well, we got the pack jockeying for position right now.
Breakneck Betty setting up the line in the back. Scrappy Go Lucky with a giant hit, lays her out in the turn. That stopped that jam.
Now, the thing about that hit, it was a total sternum buster, but Scrappy's skating direction was in the correct position. So she was going the right way when she hit with that check. So that's definitely the correct position, and no track penalty that I could see there.
It's kind of like the Bugs Bunny boxing glove on a spring when you open the box, that hit. On the line, it's Much Mayhem plowing forward and taking lead jammer.
Avalanche fighting for the outside line, gets her initial pass for the High Rollers.
Breakneck Betty's trying to put it together and get up, clear the line for their jammer. Much Mayhem assaults the line and calls it off.
Great job by the High Rollers defense to secure at the last second. They were a little scattered there, but they walled back up just in time to catch a jammer to make that a 0-0 jam.
On the line for your Breakneck Betties, Lemon Stinger.
Minstrel Psycho up in the line once again for the high rollers.
Scrappy Go Lucky bridging out to the middle and the wall collapsing.
And we got Lemon Stinger attacking the middle of the high rollers wall in front.
Scrappy Go Lucky running the line with Push Latouche and Indigo Hurls.
20 feet is established. They have to let Lemon Stinger go. She's lead jammer. Like everybody just got a penalty, Pony. What's going on?
Scrappy Go Lucky called on a direction of play penalty.
All right. All I know is it's a power jam. Lemon Stinger has 5 points. There's 3-2 on the track.
Iron Meg can't slow her down. Harikari can't get out of her way fast enough. Lemon Stinger through for another 5.
With the new 30-second penalties, Power Jam real estate is a whole different thing. You got to get those points fast.
And that's Lemon Stinger through one more time for another 5.
Betty's going passive offense, which you can usually get away with in a pack advantage.
Iron Meg finally drops her, and she gets a forearm penalty. Lemon Stinger on her way to the box.
I believe that was a track cut. Came out and in there. So that is Power Jam for Minstrel Psycho and the High Rollers.
Scrappy Go Lucky can't slow her down and has to let her go.
That's 5 points there for High Rollers.
And the assault is on. Minstrel Psycho tagged out by Indigo Hurls.
Indigo Hurls drops Psycho to the outside. Minstrel Psycho has to come back in against the reset Betty's defense.
Scrappy Go Lucky still in her way. And the rest of the team drops back to drag back Lemon Stinger right as she gets back onto the track.
Everybody cycled to the back. Lemon Stinger trying to fight for the outside, but that is time. 2 minutes have elapsed. The jam's not called off by then. The officials will call it off for you. 2 more points for the Breakneck Betties.
Twist Sport Conditioning Center, official training partners of the Wheels of Justice. Visit twistportland.com. Liquor and Split up for the Breakneck Betties.
Liquor and Split fighting for the middle there. Avalanche for the High Rollers.
And Liquor and Split called on a forearm. She'll be spending 30 seconds in the box. Avalanche. Ripley with the slam drops her to the out, and she is dragged to the back by Rhea Derange.
Ripley would like to introduce Avalanche to the outside lane there. Oh my gosh, what a hit.
Northern Fonda Brawls up front. Rhea swing and a miss. Avalanche is your lead jammer.
Well, we got Power Jam. So Betty's taking the defense in the front, offense in the back, and it looks like we're going passive offenses, which is when the blockers don't help the jammer at all.
Avalanche fighting her way through that line, takes all 5.
And they went passive because Liquor and Split was already back.
And Liquor and Split breaks out.
Yes, that was not passive offense. That was setting up defense there, just to be technical for your derby nerds out there that care about this kind of thing. Oh, there's King.
Hey everybody, it's the King! PDX Pipeline, your online source for Portland's music, arts, and events happenings.
Thank goodness the King is here. The High Rollers fans were so quiet until you got here.
Much mayhem up for the Breakneck Betties, plowing through the line. Lead jammer.
That was quick. Harikari fight for the outside, but Scylla Devourer drops her very quick. Cycles are back.
And Much Mayhem assaults the line. Felice Brutality right in front of her, holding her down and driving her right into Iron Meg and Fashionista.
Scylla DeVour one-on-one for about half a lap with Harikari, but she gets around for her initial pass and is now in a power jam.
And that was a back block that sent Much Mayhem to the penalty box.
Triangle defense being employed right now by the Breakneck Betties, including Sweet Jane, Scylla DeVour, and Indigo Hurls.
Sweet Jane and Scylla setting up the roadblock.
Out of play was warned, and Sweet Jane, number 40, will pick up an out of play call. Referees can warn that you're skating in the illegal zone. Gotta let him go.
Harikari back up against Scylla, and now Indigo Hurls. Scylla drops her right at the apex of the turn.
How many times has Scylla had an outside takeout in the last line of defense?
I'm calling 3 in the last 2 minutes.
Someone's got a penalty. Anyway, 4 points there for Much Mayhem, taking advantage of the confusion.
Harikari finds her way around it, shrugging off those hits. 5 points for the High Rollers.
That's a Scylla DeVour hit, no less. So nice job on Harikari getting around that.
Scylla, Push Latush, Indigo Hurls, and Sweet Jane on the run right now.
Felice Brutality going one-on-one on Much Mayhem, and escorting her into the wall.
Breakneck Betty's holding back. Harikari preventing her from grabbing any points. It's halftime coming up.
All right, we are getting back. I want to give you some nerd stats here. Breakneck Betties with 15 trips to the penalty box. High Rollers with 11. 7.5 minutes there in the penalty box. The Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box for the Betties. 5.5 for the High Rollers. Leading scorer for the Breakneck Betties right now, Much Mayhem with 78 points. And that is Felice Brutality with 26 for the High Rollers. Both of them also Avalanche with the most lead jammers for High Rollers. Much with the most leads for Breakneck Betties. And we're back. Felice Brutality and Much Mayhem, no surprise on either of those, jamming right there. And Felice Brutality gets a low block penalty. You cannot engage a skater below the thigh. That means Much Mayhem is in a power jam. And is lead jammer. She's lead jammer because she's the only jammer out there. She's the only one who can score points. Scylla DeVour attacks the inside line along with Chestnuts, making an inside opening line for Much Mayhem for 5 points. And then the Betties engage trap offense. They trap Ron Swanson, number Stake, and divide the defense. Much Mayhem gets through the middle there of that wall for another 5 points for the Breakneck Betties. And Felice Brutality is back. She's met up with the Betties wall. And Nuts escorts Felice Brutality to the outside, drops her back, while Much Mayhem splits apart the defense, pushes 20 feet for 5 more points.
Breakneck Betties up front giving Felice Brutality the time of day. Once again, it's Chestnuts and Scylla DeVour running the line. Breaking out on the outside, Felice Brutality.
Push Latush with a screen offense, making the opening there for Felice Brutality. Sorry. Much Mayhem for 4 more points.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's after party is the GNR Prom. That's at the Red Rose Ballroom, 1829 Northeast Alberta Street. Details can be found in the program.
Make sure you check out the program for how to get into prom.
Yeah, there you go. Same thing as details.
All these details. So many details. Minstrel Psycho jamming for the High Rollers. Gets in through the inside line. She's the lead jammer there, Magic Pony.
Liquor and Split all over Lemon Stinger trying to break out of the pack over there. GNR right on her. Nesbitt Smith can't stop her on the inside, and she's on her scoring pass.
And it looks like Ski Volt setting up a nice screen there for Minstrel Psycho.
Liquor and Split, nobody looking, breaks through, takes all 4.
Minstrel Psycho, they all fall down on the outside. Psycho takes advantage of the chaos and calls off the jam. Jam was called off by the jammer, so no one has to sit.
Lemon Stinger taking to the line, and it's an official timeout.
It's official review there by, looks like once again, the Breakneck Betties. This is their first official review. If they get this, they'll get the opportunity for one more. But if they do not get this, this is their last official review for the game.
And say, Randall,
Yes, Magic Pony.
Breakneck Betties are reviewing points scored on the last jam.
All right.
Officials are talking about it right now.
Copy that. Reviewing how many points were scored.
That is correct.
Excellent.
There's a debate.
Was it this many or this many?
I think it's this many, but I'm not sure.
Copy.
It's a cute dress.
If I were to interpret body language, I would guess I know the results of this review. Well done, DJ Quiet Mind, for an appropriate song choice for some of the Breakneck Betty cheerleaders over there. Indeed, dude looks like a lady. Pony, I think what we're learning on this review is that math is hard.
I can't hear a thing you're saying.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
And the official ruling is the points stand. It was called as 4, it will stay as 4.
All right, point stand. That will be the Breakneck Betties review for the period in that case. And for the rest of the bout. Well, I don't want to be too quick on this, but it looks like discussion is still happening here. So it's not officially official until everyone walks away. I'm sure we'll get a signal one way or another.
Well, there is Each team has 3 timeouts, which last 1 minute in every game.
And the official reviews is 1 per.
Unless it goes their way, if a team calls for a review and they win the review, then they get another. And the officials get as many timeouts as they like at any time, and they can last as long as they like.
Everyone's walking back, and that is the review.
And we're right back in it. Lemon Stinger on the line for your Breakneck Betties.
Avalanche for the High Rollers.
Lemon Stingers through the pack and up against Braun Swanson and Iron Meg in the front end.
And it looks like Avalanche is up against a truck and trailer with Scylla Devour.
Lemon Stinger called on a cut and is on her way to the penalty box.
Nice juke to the inside there from Avalanche, giving her lead jammer. Avalanche up against Scylla Devour and Indigo hurls.
Stringing out the line, and they're out of play in the front. Through for 5, Avalanche.
Reset of the defense there. This is the 5th power jam for High Rollers so far this bout, Magic Pony.
Avalanche powering through, dropped on the inside and calls it off.
Scylla Devour just trying to show that she is a skater of diversity, goes for a killer inside hit instead of her typical outside hit.
And Avalanche with the very graceful tumble.
Thanks, Scylla. We're getting a little bored of that.
Kelly Brown likes roller derby, and roller derby loves Kelly Brown debt relief. And they're off. It's Much Mayhem up for your Breakneck Betties, hung up in a tumble with a bunch of high rollers in the backfield.
Looks like Valise Brutality pushes out 20 feet. They have to let her go. Lead jammer for the High Rollers.
Much Mayhem finally making some progress. Nesbitt Smith running her down, can't stop her.
She wasn't as fast as Much Mayhem.
Kind of shocking. And Feliz Brutality calling it off.
Great timing on that. Got every last point, but stopped it right before any scoring opportunities.
Helping young people learn a career, earn high school diploma or GED, and find and keep a job. That's Job Corps.
For 3 blocker advantage for the Breakneck Betties.
Minstrel Psycho on the line, getting up from a little bit of a tumble.
That's just nuts jamming there for Breakneck Betties, lead jammer.
Both jammers out of the pack. It's a race to the back right now as the Breakneck Betties try to get back together.
Both teams racing, and it looks like Betties are getting up to establish pace of the pack and point protection.
Indigo hurls going crazy in the backfield.
2-0, they're favoring the Betties.
Hey, we'd like to thank Buffalo Wild Wings.
He was going to say Buffalo Wild Wings, but we have an official review. Yes, official review for the High Rollers. This is the first one, the High Rollers for the period. Now again, if they get this in their favor, they will have an opportunity for a second review in this period. And Magic Pony Power Hour will get the official word of the official review.
So it's another debate about points which were scored possibly on a blocker who was down at the time she was passed.
That was my guess. My guess was score. Only we'll get the official word there.
Score stands.
There you have it. That is the one review.
And I do believe that was the last official review.
That's it. We got 23 minutes and 53 seconds left of no official reviews. And we're back in the action. Leg right split! Jamming for the Breakneck Betties. And that's Harikari jamming. Or that was Harikari jamming. She is now in the penalty box for a... we're going to have everyone go to the penalty box. That was a forearm for Harikari, a high block for Liquor and Split.
And they'll be playing musical chairs in the penalty box in just a moment because Derby with no jammer is just no fun. Harikari returns to the track. Liquor and Split will have to stay in the box for the exact amount of time that Harikari was in the box. And Harikari is back at the line, slamming into the Breakneck Betties line, driving it forward. It's rearranged. Scrappy Go Lucky with another huge hit. Doesn't quite take her out.
And it looks like attack in the middle there, Liquor and Split. Nice footwork to get her out for initial pass.
Harikari trying to find her way through, but Scrappy Go Lucky and Rhea DeRange are running the outside line.
Liquor and Split is able to take advantage of a little offense there, but she does meet a four wall that catches back up.
Breakneck Betty's running the slow game on Harikari right now. The high rollers drop in to mix things up.
Looks like we have Alicia Nisbet-Smith dropped to the outside. But a foreign penalty caught for that, so Alicia Nisbet-Smith is now the jammer, and 4 points.
Breaking right through, Liquor and Split takes her 4 points and is on the run.
Another 4 points there for Liquor and Split.
Hey, we'd like to thank the Nightlife Lounge. That's RCR's favorite Clinton Street bar and the only place in town to buy RCR tickets, the Nightlight Lounge.
Four-three blocker advantage for the high rollers. And avalanche on the jammer line for them.
Both jammers at it with all that extra speed that they get from running all the way across the pivot box.
Great job from Avalanche battling off a hit there on the outside to get lead jammer.
Much mayhem still hung up in the pack. High rollers slowing her down, breaks out, now she's on her scoring pass.
Yeah, nice aim and taking advantage of a little hole in the wall there. That's all Avalanche need for a quick 4 points.
Meet the future of car sharing. Sign up today for carstogo.com. Hey, the magic is in the hole. Proud sponsors of Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice. That's Voodoo Donut.
Shoutouts to Rob Lobster. Blocker advantage for the Betties here as
Minstrel Psycho up for your high rollers.
And Chestnuts jamming for Breakneck Betties, fighting for the middle there between Alicia Nisbet-Smith and Felice Brutality.
Ripley, Scrappy, Lemon Stinger, and Liquor and Split in the back, running the game on Minstrel Psycho.
Chestnuts was able to push out 20 feet and is already on a scoring pass here against that wall.
High block called on Chestnuts.
No, that was a high block on Alicia Nisbet-Smith.
Sorry.
I believe for the arm and the throat was what called the high block.
My bad.
Right call, wrong.
Yeah, I
other
nailed
skater.
that.
There's so many arms in the air. Low block.
That's a low block called on Chestnuts. I knew that was coming. That's why I called it earlier.
You were waiting for it. You were waiting for it.
Duh. And Minstrel Psycho back on the track, weaves her way through, picks up a cut, and is on her way back to the penalty box. Breakneck Betties really running the line at the front of the pack right now.
We have got penalties, so that releases Chestnuts back in. There's no longer a lead jammer. We're going the whole 20, 10-second intervals. We're going the whole 2 minutes here.
Nesbitt, Smith, Iron Meg, and Felice Brutality running the track on Chestnuts right now. Finally breaking through and taking all 5.
Sorry, 26-second intervals, if I'm being accurate.
Hey, we'd like to thank Left Turn Clothing, a proud sponsor of Travel Team and the High Rollers. Left Turn Clothing, where fashion meets function. We'd also like to thank the Breakneck Betties sponsors, Strength Fit, helping the Betties continue breaking necks and dreams.
$19 and 20 trips respectively, so penalties actually pretty even so far this bout, as Sweet Jane is on a power jam.
And up front it's Braun Swanson with Iron Meg and Nani Richardson.
7 power jams for the High Rollers, on only 5 for the Breakneck Betties.
Lead jammer, Sweet Jane. Minstrel Psycho back on the track, through and on her scoring pass.
That was quick. Sweet Jane meeting up with number stake, Braun Swanson up there, just calls it off.
Hey,
Take the money and run.
We'd like to thank Moreland Vision Source. Moreland Vision Source helping the Betties focus on the game since 2011. American Family Insurance, also a Betties sponsor.
Big
Kenneth Hart Agency.
Much mayhem, getting dropped to the outside, has to gets a cut track penalty. So that's a power jam. Another one for the to the High Rollers there, and Avalanche lead jammer at that.
Breakneck Betty set up shop at the front end. Scrappy Go Lucky running the line. Automatic weapon couldn't slow her down.
Nice job fighting for the inside line there by Avalanche.
Very brave.
Avalanche having a really strong jamming game tonight against a very tough defensive team, I gotta say.
Once again, Scrappy Go Lucky automatic weapon. And Ripley holding her down.
That's an out of play call. You cannot block 20 feet in front of the pack. So Ripley will go to the penalty box for 30 seconds. Much make him very quickly through the pack for her initial pass.
Scrappy Go Lucky working over Avalanche at the last second. And we'd like to thank American Family Insurance. Kenneth Hart Agency, your Derby dream is out there, we'll protect it. As well as Kelly's Olympian. They're Breakneck Betty sponsors along with Adam Wheels.
So we have 17 lead jams for the Betties and 10 for High Rollers, and that's one of the standout stats for this bout and why the score is where it is. Still within range for the High Rollers to come back now, but lead jammer's got to be a priority for the High Rollers. It looks like this is an official timeout. No one has a review left, but the referees can call an official timeout whenever they want for as long as they want. So we're probably deliberating impact. Usually it's either for point clarification or impact assessment. I'm guessing this one's for impact assessment.
McDonald Miller. McDonald Miller Facility Solutions, proud sponsor of your Rose City Rollers. Hey, Hope Baraka Realtor. Hope Baraka, helping Portlanders buy and sell their dream houses. It's Hope Baraka Realtor. OHSU Sports Medicine, immediate care for RCR athletes through our OHSU Sports Medicine hotline, 503-494-4000. Big Brothers Big Sisters Sports Buddies program. RCR is a proud sponsor of the Sports Buddies, encouraging young people to get active. Ladies and gentlemen, visit TimothyMurrayPhotography.com for classic black and white film derby images. That's TimothyMurrayPhotography.com. Just in case you're wondering, the after party tonight is GNR's 1980s prom, pretty in pink and black. That's at the Red Rose Ballroom, 1829 Northeast Alberta Street. Check out the program for information about how to get in. Randall.
All right, so we have information. So what happened was Red Blocker went to heading back to her bench, had incidental contact with a coach or captain who was in their designated place. It was unintentional, it was incidental contact. Nonetheless, the person was in their designated place. Contact was made according to the rules. That is a gross misconduct, which is expulsion. So she cannot skate the remainder of the game. Northern Lights Out will field the rest of her penalty minute that's in there, and there'll be one less skater out there for the Breakneck Betties. That's red 426.
Thank you, Randy Pan. On the line, that's Liquor and Split with Feliz Brutality. Liquor and Split pushing Feliz Brutality into the corner. And up front, Feliz Brutality finds Rhea Deranged and Scylla Devour once again. One more to get by. Lee Jammer, High Rollers. Liquor and Split on her scoring pass as well, and both teams jockeying for position in the pack. Breakneck Betties trying to break up front.
Nice division of defense there. Feliz Brutality attacking the wall there, calls it off.
And that jam is off. On the line, that's Much Mayhem for your Breakneck Betties.
And official timeout. All right. Gonna give some love to Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and a proud part of Rose City Rollers since 2009. Bike Punk, locally printed eco-friendly stickers, signs, and design. Visit bikepunk.com. Shebop, a female-friendly sex toy boutique in Portland, Oregon. Skaters always want to thank them. Always big love for the New Belgium Brewing Company. Go to concessions, get yourself some Fat Tire or Ranger IPA.
Hey, Randy. Red 426 was sent out of the building, not allowed to play anymore, but didn't actually leave. So she was assigned an extra penalty, which is being served by her captain right now. That's all it was.
That's Indigo Girls in there. Much Man, number 77, quick lead jammer with Avalanche right behind her. Magic Pony, how is it in the center?
High Rollers working hard to stay up front, get together. Skeeve Hold working over Scrappy Go Lucky. And Much Mayhem calls off the jam.
All right, Liquor and Slit wrestling for the inside there. Gets tied up with Harikari there. Liquor and Split finally breaks through the middle of the pack. She is lead jammer. Harikari does get out around Silverpower through the inside. Both jammers out in scoring position. Looks like High Rollers are trying to grab the front of the pack.
Pandemonium on the track right now. Everybody's completely out of control. Up front, Braun Swanson and Scylla Devour going at it.
Quick trap offense makes for a quick and easy point for the Breakneck Betties.
And that's Much Mayhem up for the Breakneck Betties as Feliz Brutality takes lead jammer.
Nice 101 defense there. I believe that was Iron Megan there, but Much Mayhem makes her initial pass. Betty's doing a good job with point protection, breaks in the pack up front.
Feliz Brutality looking behind her, seeing the oncoming. Much Mayhem calls it off.
1-2, 2 quick points picked up by the Betties. Not a little bit ahead on that.
Hey, we'd like to thank Bridgetown Automotive. They're awesome mechanics. We trust them, and so should you. Bridgetown Automotive.
4-3 blocker advantage for the Breakneck Betties.
Avalanche on the line for the High Rollers.
Chestnuts for the Betties. Chestnuts racing through the middle there. Gets dropped on the outside.
Rhea Derange doing that action. Minstrel Psycho on her way to the penalty box, and Chestnuts is their lead jammer.
Avalanche trying to get through that 3-wall in the back. Nice screen from Braun Swanson. Giving inside line to Avalanche.
Indigo Hurls having a bit of a meltdown after realizing she let Avalanche go.
And 0-0 on that pass.
Scrappy Go Lucky, Fonda Brawls, Push Latush, and Automatic Weapon up for your Breakneck Betties. Running the line for Liquor and Split.
And Harikari. Harikari's new haircut.
I love that haircut. It's so easy to tell who she is now.
It's the little things that make our lives easy. Liquor Split attacking the outside there. Getting some defense from Feliz Brutality.
And Harikari having a tough time in the backfield thanks to Scrappy Go Lucky and Push Latush.
Rotation defense there in the front, but Liquor and Split pushes out 20 feet, lead jammer.
Scrappy dropping Harikari to the outside and dragging her back.
Liquor and Split anticipating a 4-wall, but getting a little help there from Northern Lights Out.
Breakneck Betties recycling along the inside, trying to catch up to Harikari. They couldn't do it, and she breaks out on her scoring pass.
Liquor Split being like, okay, you know, I got this. Calls it off.
Blaze Streaming Media. Those of you at home watching this bout right now, it's because of Blaze Streaming Media. The live broadcast tonight's bout brought to you by them.
Hi, Ben.
And by them, I mean Blaze Streaming Media.
We're talking to you, Blaze. I'm looking at you, Blaze.
Avalanche on the line for your high rollers once again. Breakneck Betty's getting a good piece of her in the back there.
Bull Jammer's getting the outside. Oh, and Much Mayhem drops Avalanche on the apex there. And everyone in the pack is hitting everybody. This is talk about old school derby.
Up front, Nani Richardson with the shove, drops Much Mayhem to the inside, and that gem is off.
Everyone stopped hitting each other. Why did you do that? That was great. 3-1 on that one, favoring the Betties.
Portland Vital Signs, we would love to thank them. I'd also like to thank City Graphics, Portland Independent Films, and Kay's Lounge.
Lemon Singer fighting for the outside. Well, maybe the inside there for the Breakneck Betties.
On the outside, Feliz Brutality for your high rollers, lead jammer.
That was Lemon Singer cycled to the back. I believe courtesy, I think that's Passionista. Yes, that's Passionista.
Lemon Stinger breaks out up front.
Initial pass there. Feliz calls it off for 4 points.
Hey, we'd like to thank Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right, Kari's new haircut back on the line.
Once again, it's Chestnuts up for your Breakneck Betties. High rollers working over Chestnuts in the backfield, not letting her make much progress. Oh, but she breaks out through the middle. Lead jammer, Breakneck Betties.
Looks like Indigo Heroes go to the penalty box for a multiplayer block. You cannot hold on to a teammate to block the path of an opponent.
Scrappy-go-lucky, the wrecking ball on the high rollers line through the middle of the pack. Clearing a path for Chestnuts, who breaks through and takes 4 more points.
And trading for there, Harikari.
And that gem is off. Amazing taqueria food with 2 locations on Mississippi and the Hawthorne. That's Porky no, Porky yes.
Porky Sharky. I read a little bit of. Hey, buddy, you got something in your hair there, Sharky? How you doing, bud? I believe I read sign language all right, and Scrappy Go Lucky. Thought there might have been a call where there wasn't one made.
It happens. Once again, Much Mayhem on the line, pushing her way up front. Shaolin Spocker and Iron Meg working her over. She breaks through. Lead jammer.
Avalanche able to muscle through in the middle there, but that incredible pickup speed from Much Mayhem getting her through.
Shrugging off hits all the way through the pack. Much Mayhem.
It's like you already think she's going fast, and then she goes faster.
Joe's Burgers, 4 locations, awesome burgers, and the official feeder of the RCR Volunteers. That's Joe's Burgers.
Thank you, Joe's. Thank you,
that
Ginger.
place is great.
Minstrel Psycho jamming for the High Rollers.
And once again, Liquor and Split.
Make that lead jamming.
It's a race to the back of the pack. Both teams setting up shop right now. High Rollers in the back.
Nice.
Leave the door open for Minstrel Psycho.
Nice trap offense there, creating that scoring opportunity. They trap Chestnuts in the back, making an easy 3 points there for Minstrel Psycho.
High Rollers shaking things up all night from the front line to the pivot line to the jammer line.
Four on the floor, get on the floor.
Much
Everyone
mayhem.
did the dinosaur.
Up against the green wall on the inside.
And that is around the outside, yes. Nice outside juke from Avalanche, lead jammer.
High Rollers having Much Mayhem's number through this jam so far. Recycled to the front, and they're there to meet her.
Much Mayhem just breaks through that wall for initial pass. Yep, she stood up. That's a cut track. That's a power jam for Much Mayhem, who just breaks through the middle of that wall for a quick 5 points, Magic Pony.
Breakneck Betties push the tush with the Anarchy, drives in, opens the door for Much Mayhem to pick up another 5.
Push the tush. Consistent offensive asset for the Breakneck Betties.
Push the tush with the Anarchy drive again.
That's 2 offensive attacks, courtesy of 201. Push la touche.
Northern Lights Out drops in and fakes everybody out. Much Mayhem steps through for another 5.
Pony, the Betties are running a clinic on the power of active offense right now. When you play offense, you put on points when you're in a power jam.
I love the way that happens. And back on the track, K2 Avalanche right now taking a beating from the Breakneck Betties line.
Speaking of active offense, getting a little help there from number 94.
Much Mayhem steps through for all 5.
Nani Richardson there with the offensive assist to Avalanche.
Rogue One with a sweet drop on Northern Lights Out puts her way to the back of the pack.
Very careful on that inside line this time for Avalanche. But Much Man picked up 4 more on that. Only 3 points for Avalanche on the last pass. She passed the player out of play. You don't get credit for that point.
Hey, we'd like to shout out the Magic is in the hole. Proud sponsor of Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice. That's Voodoo Donuts. Mad props to Rob Lobster.
Love that guy. And we have an official timeout.
I'll go find out what's going on down there.
Once again, big love to DJ Quiet Mind, rocking us all night long. He's the fire starter, the Twisted Fire Starter. Nice segue there, buddy. Best jam timer ever.
The High Rollers are taking a penalty for too many people in their bench area.
Too many people on the bench area?
I think it's been fixed now. Now it's probably okay. There you go. That's all it was.
All right. With a minute 23 left in the period, we are back. Police brutality jamming against Lemon Stinger for the Breakneck Betties. And police brutality quickly against lead jammer. Lemon Stinger trying to go for the outside. Nice offense from Liquor and Split there. And Lemon Stinger has her initial pass. Police brutality gets a nice pick there from Skeeble. Is trying to muscle through the middle of that wall. Nice fast pace there. Coming out the Bennies is Jam is called. We're going to have time for one more jam.
Awesome. Much mayhem back on the line for your Breakneck Betties.
And minstrel cycle there for the High Rollers.
Lead jammer, Much mayhem.
Minstrel cycle going up against that front wall of Betties. Takes a big hit from Indigo Hurls to the outside and is cycled to the back.
Much mayhem pushing forward in the backfield, green wall, trying to call it off.
Calls out the jam. That is the unofficial final, ladies and gentlemen. Breakneck Betties 207, Breakneck Betties 209, High Rollers 120. I think we can call it your winners tonight, the Breakneck Betties. All right, checking in here with Ripley and Indigo Hurls. Who is the most valuable players for the High Rollers?
Iron Meg!
Iron Meg! She's very excited.
And for the High Rollers, who have you picked?
First, we would like to give an honorary MVP to Christian the cheerleader for his amazing cheering this bout. And then our skater MVP. Nuts. Chestnut.
Chestnuts!
Come on out.
Chestnuts, that's you. That's you. Go get your prize. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please a big round of applause for both of our most valuable players, or I guess all three of them. The High Rollers for playing a heck of the game, and your victors, the Breakneck Betties.